Hey guys and gals, it's me George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and this is an update on the Gadget Bike. And as you can see, this puppy is all stripped down. There ain't nothing left on it. The only thing still hanging on is brake cable, which goes through the frame, and I can't take it apart, take it out. And yeah, she's ready to be sanded and sandblasted and finish welded. And I still have a couple more things that I have to weld onto it. One of them being I'm putting a heat shield on for the exhaust, and this is what I'm using for my heat shield right here. This is going on here just like that. What do you think of them apples? It's a speed wrench. Yeah. Yep. And I've already tried it out with the motor in place and the exhaust on, and it's just enough to keep my leg or anybody's leg away from the header pipe. So that'll get welded on there, and I'll probably tape it off to keep it chrome, or at least keep the handle cleaned up and chromed. And the other thing I need to do is I need to weld this piece here on here. I've got it marked so I get the right angle and everything. That goes on there for my new seat. And then I have to cut some pieces off that I had put on before. Let me tip you down here and zoom you in just a little bit. See if you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, right down in there. Those two wrenches on this side, not the wrench on the other side, but those two right there, they were from our first build. And so I gotta cut the welds on here, grind them off, and the weld on there. These are not actually welded together, they're just a tight fit together. Once those are off of there, we'll do some cleaning up. And I have the parts are all spread all over the place in here, and we're going to have to take them one at a time and clean them up. I'm going to grind down these big washers that I put on here to fill in the sprocket hole. I'm going to grind them down so that they're pretty close to flush with this part here. And then I have some chrome covers that will go on either side. And so yeah, we're into the final phase. Clean it up, sand it, sandblast it, paint it, and then reassemble it. It's going to take a while. The main reason being, don't worry about that phone, my wife will get it if it's somebody for me. I have several other projects that have just come in. Of course, we have our trike project, but I just had this come in. This is actually what they call a Hoya lift. And I've got the battery charging now. I don't know if the battery's actually going to take a charge or not. And maybe we'll have to do some modifications to it so it'll run without a battery. The idea is that it will lift this section here like this, and it's made to handle up to 350 pounds. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use it for, but it's on dolly wheels so I can move it around. And I think one of the things I'm going to use it for, if I can slide you around here a little bit more, is my brother put a newer or another motor on his lawnmower, ride-on lawnmower, and he gave me his old motor, which needs to be rebuilt. Not the drill, but the motor behind it. That's a 10 horsepower Briggs & Stratton, and I have the he was gracious enough, he actually paid for the rebuild parts for the gasket kit and the rings. And Everything looks pretty clean inside, except that the oil was just blowing right by the piston. And the walls aren't scored, so it might even be that the rings somehow ended up rotating so that the slots are all lined up. But we'll find out. And once I get that rebuilt, that's a 10 horsepower, right? 10 horsepower. I did say 10, didn't I? And that's going to go over here and replace this 5 horsepower on my Arians. That's going to become a racing mower. No, it's not a racing mower. It's just going to become a hot rod mower. It's still going to mow my lawn, but it won't have to worry about bogging down when it gets into heavy grass. And this motor is smoking, so it's been around for a while. It's let me see, 30. It's over 40 years old. So yeah, I just replaced the rear tires on it with some bigger ones because the original ones were dry rotted and one of them was started to shred. And then I had this mower come in today, which the only thing that might be good on it is the motor and the wheels. The deck is all bent up and there's parts missing off it. But strangely enough, you look at that, and then if I swing over here and you look at that, they're almost identical mowers. That's the one that I kept out of all the ones that I had and rebuilt over the winter. But unfortunately, this one's missing all kinds of linkages and stuff. The carburetor is there, and I sprayed some carburetor cleaner and it wanted to fire. In fact, it backfired and yanked the cord out of my hand, and it whacked me in the forearm and broke the skin. Probably have a good bruise. So I'm guessing that the flywheel has spun on the crankshaft, so I'll be taking that apart and seeing what I can do to fix that up. And of course we have our silent compressor project, and I still got that big old snow blower over there that I need to get to sometime. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. First thing to do is get it running, of course. Oh, one more thing, and then I think I'm done because it's after 9 o'clock at night and the old man's getting tired. But my son and I were doing some dumpster diving yesterday. I happened to be out riding around, and I saw this dumpster in the yard of a house that had just been sold. And so I got out and went up to the door and asked if they minded if I did some dumpster diving. And they said, no, go ahead, help yourself. And one of the things in it was this complete kit of battery powered tools. Look at this. There's a drill, there's a saber saw, there's a skill saw or circular saw, and a light. And it only has one battery, but that one battery is good. And I charged it up, and the only thing wrong with it was there was a little bit of corrosion on one of the battery terminals. So I cleaned that up, and that thing works just tip-top. Let me show you. $18-volt, and it ain't super powerful, you can tell, but hey, it works. You know what I'm saying? And free is for me. So yeah, and I got this little Harley Davidson 3-wheel scooter. Don't know what I'll do with it. Probably just take the wheel off it. But yeah, that's some of the things I've been up to the last couple of days since I got back from Colorado. And I got a phone call today, and somebody wants me to fix their weed whacker, and a fellow from church told me about a vintage lawnmower that he wants to give me. That's going to be the subject of a video, I think, because this lawnmower is more than 40 years old, and it hasn't been running, probably 45 years old, it hasn't been running in at least 38 years. So the challenge will be to see if I can get that puppy running. Don't know what I'll do with it once I do get it, but we'll see what happens. So there's lots in store, plenty of things to keep the old man busy, you know. So until next time, whoa, it's me. Whoa, get that light right in your eyes. How's that? Yeah, that'll knock your eyes out. Till next time, this is me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, saying thanks for watching and for subscribing, for your wonderful comments and your great support of this channel. And your words of encouragement just mean a whole lot to me, and they keep me motivated. Well, I probably don't need any more motivation because I got plenty of projects, but I got something to share with you anyway when I get these projects done, you know? So, thanks again for watching. Bye now.